Kasi patindi ng patindi yung economic impact. Anyway, share ko sa inyo yung latest na balita ngayon. US President Trump posed the idea of the Iran war ending soon, but remained vague on a timeline for ending the attacks that have rocked the Middle East and shaken the global economy. Sabi ni Trump, "I think soon, very soon." Trump told reporters at his Doral National Golf Club near Miami, Florida, when asked if he thought the war could end in days or weeks. Sabi ni Trump, everything they have is gone, including their leadership. May pumalit na bago. Yung anak, mga kababayan, at nagbanta ng mas matinding riskback. Pero tingin ko, ano pa man i-riskback na naubos na yung Navy nila, yung mga warships nila, mga kababayan, mga eroplano, yung mga missiles paubos na rin siyempre kasi matagal na sunod-sunod sila na nagpapalipad ng mga missiles. Hello po mga kababayan. Bigyan ko po kayo ng mga update sa nangyayari ngayon sa giyera sa Iran. Giyera ng Iran, Israel at ng Amerika. Ito yung news update. Ang sabi dito sa report ng ABS-CBN, Trump says will hit Iran much harder. It blocks oil supplies. Medyo matatagalan pa siguro mga kababayan yung giyera. At sabi dito sa report ng CNN, ngayon lang po, 4 minutes ago, recovering Iran's remaining highly enriched uranium stockpile believed to be sitting in a storage facility deep underground. An objective the Trump administration has been discussing would require a significant number of U.S. ground troops beyond a small special operations footprint. 7 current and former officials familiar with the military planning told CNN. So magdi-deploy sila, mga kababayan, ng ground force sa Iran. Ito pa 12 minutes ago, sabi sa report ng CNN, war with Iran has gas prices in the United States spiking, drilling for more oil in the US won't fix things. Kaya dito po mga kababayan sa Pilipinas, nagigpit yung ating gobyerno. May mga pinadalahan ng show cause order yung Department of Energy kasi may mga nagsamantala agad na mga negosyante, mga may-ari ng gas station, gasoline station, nagpatas agad mga kababayan ng presyo ng gasolina more than doon sa suggested retail price mga kababayan or price selling. Ngayon, nag-warning si Energy Secretary Sharon Garin, ipapasaraan niya namin kayo pag hindi kayo tumino. So tama lang mga kababayan na magigpit yung ating gobyerno. Hindi dapat paintulutan yung pagsasamantala ng mga negosyante mga kababayan sa panahon ng krisis. Ngayon, itong gusto kong i-share sa inyo, yung Doomsday Plane mga kababayan ng Amerika. Umiikot-ikot na yung Doomsday Plane. Ayan mga kababayan, Navy's Doomsday Plane spotted circling the valley. Nire-ready na siguro ng Amerika sa worst case scenario, mga kababayan. So hindi ba niya Mr. Maravillas nakakatakot na yung mga developments ng mga balita ngayon? Do not be troubled. All these things must come to pass, mga kababayan. Nagpapasiguro lang siguro yung Amerika. Kasi siyempre, hindi natin alam kung ano yung mga plano ng mga kaalyado ng Iran, yung Russia at saka yung China. Siyempre, nag-iisip din yan ng para sa kanilang sarili. Di ba po? Kung mauwi ito sa sa Armageddon, di yun na yun, mga kababayan. But anyway, share ko na muna sa inyo kung bakit lumilipad-lipad na po itong tinawag na Doomsday Plane ng Amerika at ano po itong eroplano. So sabi dito sa balita ng Fox News 26, Fox 26 News, people around the Central Valley sa California po ito, mga kababayan, Look up Sunday afternoon to see a large unmarked airplane flying unusually low and repeatedly circling the area. The aircraft spent nearly 2 hours making mock landings at the Fresno Yosemite International Airport, according to observers. The plane was identified as Boeing E-6B Mercury, often referred to as a doomsday plane. May doomsday plane po ang Amerika na designed to withstand a nuclear attack at AMP weapon. Sa worst case scenario, mga kababayan, pinapractice na siguro ni Donald Trump. Kung lumala yung sitwasyon at maglabo-labo na, mga kababayan, then ready na yung kanilang doomsday plane. So sabi dito, the only visible markings are the Navy's white 5-pointed star centered to a dark blue circle along with red and white bars. The aircraft is designed to be resistant to electromagnetic pulse or AMP weapon. The E-6B Mercury serves as a communications relay and a strategic airborne command post. Its mission is to provide survivable, reliable, and endurable airborne nuclear command. Ito yung sasakyan, mga kababayan, ni Donald Trump na doomsday plane. At doon pwede niya na isagawa yung palabas ng mga orders. Pindutin mo na niya yung mga nuclear weapons natin. Diba? Parang yung sa pelikula po. So yun, mga kababayan, ang mission niya is to provide survivable, reliable, and endurable airborne nuclear command, control, and communications for the President. So itong gagamitin ni Trump. The Secretary of Defense at yung US Strategic Command. The Navy operates 2 operational squadrons of the aircraft. The Iron Man of the Fleet Air Reconnaissance Squadron 3 and the Shadows of VQ-4. Matindi po ang Amerika, mga kababayan. The planes deploy from the main operating base at Tinker Air Base, Air Force Base in Oklahoma, supported by the Take Charge and Move Out Takamo Weapons School in the Roughnecks of Fleet Air Reconnaissance Squadron 7, a fleet replacement squadron po. Yung mga aircraft also deployed to forward operating bases at Travis Air Force Base sa California, Offutt Air Force Base sa Nebraska, saka yung Naval Air Station Patterson River sa Maryland, and other locations as directed. Command center po siya, mga kababayan. So nagsisimula na siya, mga kababayan, na maglipat-lipat, pinapractice na. Ayan siya po, mga kababayan. Yan ang doomsday plane ng Amerika. Sa kabagaan niya, Mr. Maravillas, malapit na yata yung DN. Sabi sa Bible po, DN is not yet, but all these things must come to pass, mga kababayan. Di ba? Ngayon, kahit sa Amerika po, may panic na din sa supply ng petroleum at spiking gas prices. Ayan, Trump administration starts to panic over rapidly rising oil costs. Sabi dito sa report ng CNN po 1 hour ago. While senior Trump aides had anticipated some brief surge in oil prices in the first days of the war with Iran, the size and sustainability of the market reaction caught them off guard. People familiar with the internal discussions told CNN. Magtipid tayo, mga kababayan, sa gasolina. May mga contingency plans na po tayo dito sa ating bansa na ipinag-utos yung ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Pati yung 4-day work week temporary. Kaya lang mahirapan yung sa business sector, sa pribado po, mga kababayan. Nag-react na yung mga employers kasi siyempre maapektuhan yung production nila, mga kababayan. Babagsak yung mga negosyo niyan. But kailangan nating gumawa ng mga adjustments Kasi hindi man natin ito ginusto, mga kababayan. And we just hope and pray na matapos agad yung conflict. Kaya lang, baka abutin po ito ng mahaba-abang panahon. Umabot ng 6 months or more. So sabi dito sa balita, the Trump administration has started to panic about the spiking price of oil. While senior Trump aides had anticipated some brief surge in oil prices in the first days of the war with Iran, the size of sustainability of the market reaction caught them off guard. People familiar with the internal discussions told CNN. Yung mga latest na balita ngayon na gusto kong i-update kayo, mga kababayan. This is a global shock na apektado lahat ng mga bansa sa buong mundo. That includes syempre dito sa atin at napifeel na natin, mga kababayan. Nararamdaman na natin. Now, as oil prices hover near 100 US dollars a barrel just over a week into the war, and the US gas prices are moving sharply higher, it's prompted a belated rush to try to reassure investors and seek ways to tamp down the impact. But the administration is confronting the limits of its power, sabi po dito sa balita. In the reality that President Donald Trump's decision to wage war abroad threatens to wipe out some of his key economic accomplishments at home. It's hard to see anything but continued upward pressure on prices, sabi po ni Neil Atkinson, a long-time energy analyst and former head of the International Energy Agency's Oil Industry in Markets Division. For now, shipping traffic through the Strait of Hormuz remains at an effective standstill, disrupting roughly 20% of the world's oil supply, with little sign of when tankers will again be able to safely traverse the critical waterway of the coast of Iran. Yan ang problema po, na-disrupt yung supply ng petrolyo dito po sa Strait of Hormuz. Oil prices early Monday neared 120 US dollars a barrel before backing off somewhat, a level not seen since the early stages of Russia's war against Ukraine in 2022. So malala, mga kababayan. Yung Iran nagsabi na handa daw sila for a long war with the US. Ayan, Iran is ready for a long war with the US in only economic pain will end it, sabi ng isang senior officials. Economic pain daw, not diplomacy, will end it. Matigas ang ulo ng Iran, mga kababayan. Ayaw pa rin sumurrender. At yung kahalili ni yung anak ni Khamenei, inappoint as bagong supreme leader. Winarni nga na ni Trump, hindi ka niya tatagal. Pag walang permiso sa amin, hindi ka tatagal. Ibig sabihin, target siya for elimination tulad ng kanyang tatay. Ito siya, Khamenei-san, new supreme leader. Pero sa latest na statement ni Trump, mga kababayan, matatapos na niya yung giyera. Ayan, sabi dito sa balita, Trump says Iran war will end very soon. Sana nga, mga kababayan, kasi patindi ng patindi yung economic impact. Anyway, share ko sa inyo yung latest na balita ngayon. US President Trump posed the idea of the Iran war ending soon, but remained vague on a timeline for ending the attacks that have rocked the Middle East and shaken the global economy. Sabi ni Trump, I think soon, very soon. Trump told reporters at his Doral National Golf Club near Miami, Florida, when asked if he thought the war could end in days or weeks. Sabi ni Trump, everything they have is gone, including their leadership. May pumalit na bago. Yung anak, mga kababayan, at nagbanta ng mas matinding risbak. Pero tingin ko, ano pa man ni risbak na naubos na yung Navy nila, yung mga warships nila, mga kababayan, mga eroplano, Yung mga missiles paubos na rin siyempre kasi matagal na. Sunod-sunod sila na nagpapalipad ng mga missiles. So sabi dito mga kababayan, Trump said the United States was saving some of the most important targets niya in Iran for possible later strikes if needed, including the country's electrical grid. The U.S. leader also threatened an attack of incalculable size if Iran's blocks oil supplies coming through the Strait of Hormuz as crude prices spike over the Middle East war. Sabi ni Trump, if Iran does anything to do that, they'll get hit at a much harder level. Yun ang banta mga kababayan ni Trump. We will hit them so hard that it will not be possible for them or anybody else helping them to ever recover that section of the world if they do anything, sabi po ni Trump. Trump added that he had a positive phone call with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Nagkausap na pala sila on the Ukraine and Iran wars. He wants to be helpful on the Middle East, Trump said of Putin, who backs Iran and invaded Ukraine in 2022. I think the war is very complete, pretty much. They have no navy, no communications. They've got no air force, sabi po ni Trump sa report ng CBS. Their missiles are down to a scatter. Their drones are being blown up all over the place, including their manufacturing of drones. Dagdag pa mga kababayan ng US President. Madaling sabi, pahina na niya yung Iran kasi inubos na nila yung Navy. Pati yung mga drones nila, yung mga missiles nila paubos na rin. So yun mga kababayan, yung mga developments ng balita ngayon. We just hope matapos na po to. Pero tulad ng sinasabi natin, pasiguro yung Amerika, pinapalipad-lipad na nila yung doomsday plane. So ako po si Dante Maravillas, bye-bye po, God bless.